Hello and welcome to today's upper body workout. It is going to be super wristy, so we're just going to prep our wrists before we start. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to fold the wrist in towards the forearm. So placing the backs of the hands with each other, fingers pointing down. We're going to draw the elbows down as much as we possibly can. So we're taking them in the opposite direction, which we normally take them. We're normally extending this way, extending back. And lots of people can feel a little bit of thumb pain. So we're just working the other direction first. Good. And then we're just gonna take our arms out to the sides and you're gonna give me nice little wrist circles inward. So you're trying to draw a circle as much as possible. Good. And then we're gonna rotate and do our wrist circles outwards. Good. So these are with little fists. Now we're going to open the fingers and you're going to rotate and give me wrist circles inwards with the fingers. And then we're going to go wrist circles outwards. Good. Really good. Now you're going to flick water off of the fingertips. Brilliant. Now we're going to then do some flexion prep, right? So you're going to come onto the all fours position. We're going to spread the fingertips really nice and wide. And from there, we're going to have them close to the knees. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take them a little bit further forwards, a little bit further forwards. So now the heels of my hands are sort of lined up with the top of my knees. Okay? Heels of my hands, top of the knees. I'm going to press my weight into my shoulders, forwards over my wrists. My bum lifts off the floor ever so slightly. So what I'm doing is I'm building more tension into the wrist, building a little bit of flexibility. And then we are going to start lifting the fingertips off the floor. So we're going to do one at a time. So I'm going to lift one wrist. So I'm going to lift one wrist so that my fingertips are still on the floor like this. That we're stretching through the fingertips, and then the other side. So, I mean, this is good for anyone, but especially if you've got wrist mobility issues, if you sit at a desk all day, you don't have a lot of flexibility through the fingers. And I like to go one at a time so you can kind of give them as much as they need. Now we're gonna do it the opposite way. So I'm gonna bring my fingertips to face towards me. Heels of the hands are in front of the knees. And then same thing, you know, kind of like a cat paws at like a bed sheet or something like that. It's kind of that vibe. So I'm just prepping my wrist, saying, hey, we're gonna do some work today, and building some tolerance in there for that load. Okay, couple of wrist circles. Feel free to wrist circle at any point for me. All right. Okie dokie, we're gonna start off with our crab reaches today. So I'm gonna face my fingertips away from my body, sitting on my bum. And when we do this today, I want you to feel like you're kind of gripping the floor. I don't want you to flatten the hands against the floor. We're kind of gripping the floor. So then we're gripping. And then what we're gonna do is my feet, my knees, there's a little bit of space between them. They're not touching. I'm going to draw up with my hips first. So I'm going to make my hand look like it's an arrow. It stays at this bent angle. I'm going to look at my thumb. It's down the center line of my body. I'm going to press into this hand. This is my left hand. I'm going to lift my hips, but I'm just looking at my thumb. Hips, hips, hips. Just be here first. Draw the belly in. And then I'm going to lift up and over. And then from there, I'm just going to rotate my rib cage and point my hands. It's still bent, elbow is still bent, towards my bottom thumb. I'm going to come back down, draw the belly in, draw the belly in, draw the belly in. Good. And then I'm going to swap sides and do the same on my right. So I'm taking my right hand behind me, lifting the chest, make my hand like a little right angle. I'm going to drive up with my hips first. So hips press into the heels, hips go as high as they can first. You feel good through the shoulders, then you rotate through the rib cage. Try and draw that belly in, and then bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Keep going. So we're alternating. If you feel any pubic pain as you do this, I want you to really think about drawing the knees away from each other rather than letting them kind of twist and splay, because that's usually what's going to aggravate that pubic pain, is if one knee is coming in. So try and press them outwards or forwards. Good. So we're just alternating, and I'm going really nice and slow for this because I want you to build some strength into that shoulder, build strength into the wrist. If we do everything really fast all the time, you know, it's great to feel like you got a nice little sweaty workout in. But we're not building so much strength when we're just doing things fast. Okay? Control, control. Draw that belly in, draw that belly in. Nice. One more on either side. So it's like a nice little stretch through the whole front side of the body. If back bends always aggravate you, you can always just try and do the tabletops, or you could even just try and do a little glute bridge. It doesn't become upper body focused then, but it's still a similar movement pattern to what we're doing. Okay, last rep. Coming back down. Beautiful stuff. Okay, we're going to take it onto the front, and now we're going to bear crawl. So when we bear crawl, our opposite arm and leg are crawling forwards and backwards. We're trying to keep an inch off of the floor of our mat. We're going to do 4 rounds of backwards and forwards of our mat. So come to the back of your mat, tuck the toes, inhale, relax your tummy, exhale, draw the core in, lift the knees up, and we're going right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. We're just trying to move in a nice little slow pattern. And what I don't want to see is that your bum's lifting up off the floor like this with the high animal crawl. Coming backwards, right arm, left leg. So it's your opposite arm and leg that are moving. We're going to go back and forwards again. Draw that core in. I'm gripping my mat, but again, if you feel like you can't tolerate doing this without, good, and rest. Without the hip shifting loads, or your wrist can't tolerate, or if your core can't tolerate it, reset at the back, retry again, or you know, you can turn around and do another forwards crawl, but it's nice to train the different movement pattern of forwards and backwards. Okay, coming into our side lying push-up, so I'm gonna start with my strong side apparently. So I'm gonna give my rib cage a little hug. I'm gonna keep my hand close to my shoulder, and we're gonna press up. So I'm gonna press all the way up, side lying, extend the tricep, and then slow on the way down. Big exhale and up, and then control on the way down. Big exhale and up, control. And I hope over the weeks that you've been doing this, we did this on week 1. I hope that you feel like you've gained some strength, and these are a little bit easier. Good stuff. We're going to do one more rep. Control all the way down. Nice. Swapping sides. So I'm going to give my rib cage a little hug again. We're lying down, bump legs. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Pressing all the way up, extending the arm completely. 3. Good. Give me 5 more reps. Minus less 3. 2. And 1. Mosquito. Om Namah Shivaya. Hope you come back as something better in your next life. All right. Now we're going to do a chaturanga hold. So it's like a low hold push-up. So if you don't have a push-up yet, what you can do is you can do it from the knees. So your knees are behind your hips. We're going to try and keep the elbows in close. We're going to try and hold here for about 10 seconds. Okay? If you're not doing it from the knees, you're coming with me, and we're going to do it from the push-up position. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, coming down. Hold the breath, not holding the breath, engage the breath. Off we go. 3, 2, 1. I lost it. I totally lost it, but that's okay. Oh, that was hard. Okay. Back to the beginning. Crab reaches. Off we go. Nice, big, strong exhale as you drive the hips up. Looking down, rotate through the rib cage. Then swapping sides. Exhale. Coming down. Exhale. 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 I love these. These feel like such a nice big stretch through the whole front side of the body. One more on either side. Last one. Big exhale. Good stuff. Okay, into what's next? Into our bear crawls. So what I mean, and if you are doing this and you can't crawl at all still, and it's really challenging for you, just practice holds. Just practicing how long you can hold for while maintaining that good core. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna go from the back of the mat. We're gonna inhale, relax the tummy. Exhale, push through the core and pelvic floor, and then off we go for our crawl. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Just trying to keep shoulders and hips stable. Lifting those pelvic floor muscles, no bearing down. Good. And then as slow as possible. So trying to crawl with as much control. Drawing that belly in. Press up through the shoulders. Try and keep the knees an inch off the floor. Take little short steps, not long ones. And rest. Good stuff. Okay, into your side lying push-ups. Gonna hug the side of my body. Gonna hug the rib cage. And then we're gonna press up, okay? 3, 2, 1, exhaling. Fully extend through the elbow. Trying to keep the core engaged. And remember, if you're starting to get really tired, you're gonna use this top leg for momentum. And then try and come down with as much control as possible. Otherwise, we're trying to keep those legs nice and strong and together. And it's okay to fatigue. Fatigue, failure, it's a good thing when we exercise. We want to bring our body to failure so that we can have enough stress to change and to grow. One more. Good. And then swapping sides. Hugging the rib cage. Ooh, top arm. Ready? Engage the core. Off we go. Extend. And then controlling down. The control on the way down is the most important. You know? Control, control, control. Not just plopping. 4. And 5. Give me 3 more. I think I've lowered my rep ranges, but it's almost bedtime. They've turned the lights on down here. I gotta get back to my kids. Nice rest. All right, we're gonna go for that little push-up hold. Are you ready? Woo! Your version. Let's see what happens. Oh, bubbles! Oh. Okay, ready? 3. Nice tuck through the core. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. And rest. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Well done. I will see you again tomorrow.